So today I want to show you how to choose a brush for the hair. Since I lost mine, I can't show you it up close. So today I'm getting new brushes, and I just want to show you brushes like these don't work because they're too perfect. You want brushes that are kind of bristly and uneven. I think these are gonna work. This is what you want. You can see that it's all separate, but this one might be just a little too long. If you want to do more detailed hair, you need it to be just a little shorter, I think. I would like it just a little fuller, but yeah. I'm gonna get this one too, just for fun. See how it works. You don't want to use this because it's too perfect. That and straight edge. You want something that is variated, so the hair doesn't look like a pattern, repeated pattern. And I'm just at an old Michael's shop. You can probably find these kind of brushes at any art store with this kind of selection. My favorite brush actually came from a bag very similar to this one, and it looks very close to this one, but it was shorter and maybe a little fuller. So I ended up getting the 3 brushes. This one, smaller one, level 2, is called a Scrumbler, number 6, and it's just a artist cloth. This one is number 6. And then this one is just a little bigger than this, and it's a number 10. I took the tag off. Level 2, I believe, just is the level of quality. Like level 3, I think, is the highest level of quality or expensiveness. And let's see how these work. I'm really interested to see how this one works because I would say generally to stay away from long brush hairs because they bend too easily, but this one's a lot thicker, or sorry, a lot stiffer. So I think it would be suitable for doing hair. I'm just guessing it would be for longer hair strokes rather than shorter, but we shall see. I used to be appalled at how much a brush could cost, like having to pay $10 for one brush or more. But if you take care of your brushes, they can last forever. You don't even need that many kinds of brushes. So for things that I would be rough on, I would use a cheap brush. Like if it's going to be a lot of pushing on the paper or spreading paint around, like this brush, I'm very rough on this brush. I squish it around and do lots of crazy stuff with it, but it's just a cheap brush. And these ones will probably last a long time. So I'd say it's worth it because you're not buying 100 different brushes. Generally, I only have 3 different brushes I use for my portraits, and that's quite worth it for me, the price per brush. So with fur, I always lay down that background color. I'll just let those dry fully. If you're an impatient person like me, or it's a wet, cold day, then you can just take one of these blow hair dryers and dry things up a little faster, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm really curious to see how this one works, because it's the one I said would be too long, but we shall see. So we just saturate it with water, and then you pick up a generous amount of color. I'm gonna go with a little bit of black here. And the amount of water is the trickiest part. You don't want too much water. So I always keep some paper toweling on hand and just soak it in. And let us see. See, that's too much water still. Yeah, and you can see some hair strokes there, but now I need more color because there's not quite enough intensity. Okay. It's not bad. Actually, that's quite good. So yeah, you just have to keep picking up the color. Dab it off if it's too wet. If it's too wet, then the bristles will be a lot thicker, or sorry, the hair strokes. Yeah. And so, but if it's too dry, then you will get skips in your hair. I actually quite like that. You can see one of the things you can do is just push the brush down a bit like this so that all the hair follicles separate. I think this would be good for a bigger portrait, so it takes less time to do the hair. But on a smaller portrait, I'm feeling like this feels like the hair is just a little too big. So I'm curious to see what this one does now. Let's see. Might be a little long. We shall see. Oops. Oh, actually, I like that. I feel like I have more control. Little. Let's see. More color, less water. Tap that off. Yeah, I feel like there's more detail on this one. I think just with the smaller brushes, you have a little more control where all the hair follicles are going to be. Or not follicles, but yeah, hair. So, and it's not as full, so there's more, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's not, when there's not as many of these, they don't compete with each other as much. Like, each hair stroke doesn't compete. So there's more detail, I think, when it's smaller. Yeah, I like both. This one, this is just like huge, so it would be on a very big portrait that you'd want to use this kind of thing. I've never even tried using this for hair, so very curious to see what it does. Let's see. Yeah, that works. As I said, it would be for longer hair. Kind of speed up your painting if you're the impatient kind. Because I could do that with these brushes. I could do this when I'm doing hair, but this just makes it go faster. A little less control. Yeah, so there you have it. I like all of them. They're very good brushes. Highly recommend. Thanks so much for watching, y'all, and if there's anything you'd like to learn about watercolor, doesn't even have to be about pet portraits, just let me know in the comments.